Hi, it's Editing Olivia here. So I just got back from Texas and I filmed this wonderful video with Marshall, and basically what we did was we sat down and took some suggestions from you that you gave us on Instagram on sigils that you would like to see or see us make. And so we chose two each and made a sigil for each one. So he made the sigil and I made the sigil for the same thing each time. And I don't know if I just plugged in my microphone incorrectly or something, but the whole entire video is completely silent. So you can't hear anything that we're saying. And I don't know what we're saying, so I can't caption it. But I did use my other camera, this one that I'm using right now, as B-roll, so you can hear some of the things that we are saying. So I think I might be able to save this video. We'll see how it goes. Don't, you know, we'll see how it goes. But that's the context, so that's why it's kind of put together funky, because I'm basically just using footage that was meant to be B-roll. And I will try to use some voiceovers and little inserts like that to kind of give you a little more context, and hopefully this video won't be totally lost, because I really liked this video. It was super cute and I was really happy that I got to work with Marshall and meet him and have a really good time with him, and I learned so much while I was there. But regardless, I'm getting onto a tangent. Let's get to the video and hopefully it's not trash. Okay, mental wall.
I enact a mental wall.
I enact a mental wall.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna scribble that guy out really quick. Okay. I feel like I'm trying to think of something, but I am also like cheating, where I'm like,
I know, right?
eyes on your own paper.
Eyes on your
Sorry,
paper.
sorry. I might accidentally be drawing Mike Wazowski and I don't know why. Look at, from Monsters Inc., the like big green guy with one eye.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's not what I was going for, but you know.
Sometimes things just pop up and they mean something to you. That's actually kind of cool.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
The protection of my thoughts.
So I made this sigil and I used the method where you remove double consonants and vowels, and I ended up starting with 2 double circles to make sure that this isn't just a protection. This is a ward. It is a full-on block. And then because this is to keep people out, I thought of the idea of an X. And that came from me actually removing the letter T, which is left over because it's just 2 strokes. And then the W, which is 4 strokes, ended up adding to that X for extra Xness. And then I took the following 4 letters that were left, the M, the N, the C, and the L, and I designed this sigil to go on all 4 quadrants, and that filled it out, creating, in my mind, a mental wall.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna get some B-roll A. God, I love this notepad.
Oh my gosh, I do too.
Perfect. Okay. So mine started out, you can kind of see like it looks like Mike Wazowski because there's an eye, but I was thinking at first horns, like, you know, like you have your brain, right? Like, right. And then you like horns are like a protective, so like, I was thinking like something like that, but then I figured if you're trying to protect something mental, it's not just like, it's not just your thoughts, like it's also your emotions, it's also like intentions and things like that. So you would have to know when somebody's trying to like get those things out of you. So I kind of used an eye so that you would like be able to see the things that you need to be protecting yourself against.
Yes.
And then I have arrows going in all 4 directions so that you kind of have like that direction of like, okay, in order to protect myself, this is the way that I need to go, or this is the thing that I need to do. And then I have, I don't know why, like the little stars, like the asterisks.
Mm-hmm.
Astrid, that's the woman from How to Train Your Dragon.
Astrid, yes.
Astrid. Just kind of as like a little burst.
Beneficial communication.
Beneficial communication, okay. No, these look like chickens.
Beneficial communication, and I actually used 2 colors because I wanted to show coming from 2 sides and then synchronizing to come together, sharing. And I actually took the letters from the 2 strokes from the L and the T, each of them having 2, which makes 4 strokes, and the 4 strokes of the M, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and made hashtag symbols because it reminds me of sharing data.
Oh, that I like it.
It fits, doesn't it? And with the 2 triangles going either opposite side from the opposite colors, that is shared, it's being synchronized, it's a very just straight up beneficial communication.
I like that a lot. I think that's cool.
Thank you.
Mine is not as pretty, but you know, you win some and you lose some.
It's yours, that's the beautiful part.
But this one is, well, I scribbled out all of them, but it kind of looks like a little face. I thought it was like 2 people kind of talking in that like wave of communication, and I wanted something above because communication is, it's air, it's intellect, it's always like above, right?
It's understood.
Yeah, it's like an understanding, and it's, I like when I try to think about communication, whether it's between 2 people or if it's between the spirit realm or whatever, like it's all like for some, it's just like up here,
right?
You know?
Yes.
So I wanted something up here, but it just kind of looks like a really sad face that's crying, that has that has like a cute little like headdress on, that's just like, yeah, I like, just kidding, I like that.
I do like that. Yours remind me of hieroglyphs. They remind me of like an ancient language that obviously depicts what it's supposed to mean, but sometimes you'd have to decipher it in a way that is based off of the language in which the people who are speaking it. So I feel like when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at Olivia hieroglyphs.
Olivia hieroglyphs.
Yes.
I like that.
So this is how I describe it. Sometimes you have a hard time figuring out how you're going to make a very specific situation that's maybe even a one-time sigil used. So I take the root statement, which is clarity, and I made this sigil all in silver, basically breaking down the word clarity and putting its strokes and letters in this round circle. And then the situation I need that clarity in, I start at the top and I work my way around saying the situation in which I seek clarity. And what that ever could be, that could be your job, that could be a work situation, that could be in a relationship, that could be, should I buy this home? I'm seeking clarity in blah, 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 blah. And then that might be a way in which you would take this and turn it into almost more of a grimoire seal, and then burn it or bury it or enact it in any way, shape, or form you enjoy charging sigils.
I like that a lot. That's super cool.
Thank you.
I like that you can use it for kind of any situation, like you were saying, of you have that, it's like a one-pack punch a sigil.
I like to make a lot of sigils that are almost more like basic statements, and then I'll apply them to the specific situation using a method like this.
Gotcha.
This could be done in a sinistral way, as if you want to do the opposite. I want to cloud someone's clarity, and I might write their name going in the opposite direction in a sinistral or counterclockwise way. I do not want them to have clarity on a situation. Now that's a little baneful. That may not be your bag, but you know what?
It is what it is. Whatever
Is what
you need
it
it. Sweet. There you go. So I chose this one. They're the same thing, but this one I drew better. I just think the sun for clarity, right? Everything is in the light. It's very bright. It's very warm. And also clarity, I think, is very spacious. You know, so clarity, I think meditation, I think
Yes.
like, oh, spaciousness. So these little squiggles are kind of like, oh, space. But also you have the triangles that kind of represent direction. Like you have a direction of, okay, now that everything is clear, I know what I need to think, what I need to feel, what I need to do, type of thing.
This actually is inspiring an idea that I'm standing in the middle of a very flat crossroads. I can see in every direction. The sky is perfectly clear, and I am literally, I see clearly in every direction, all four directions, whether that's up and down, side to side, or diagonal each direction. That's where I feel like I'm the dot in the center of this crossroads, and I see it in every direction.
That's a great way to look at it too.
I love
I
that.
love that.
And that's actually my version of a inspired lowercase d.
Oh, really? I like that. Mine are kind of, I don't know.
Oh, wow. There are a lot of unrepeating letters here, too.
Oh, really?
That's great, though.
That is good.
Well, it gives me the opportunity to really take advantage of all the strokes. Sometimes I run out, and I'm like, there's empty space here.
Actually pretty hard for me.
Coming up with this one?
Yeah.
What's hard? What's kind of like that feeling or that block that's coming through?
I think it's that I can't figure out how to represent in my head the person that needs the courage. It's easy for me to represent the people spectating, but like the person needing the courage is kind of the most important part of it. So I'm trying to like figure out how to represent that in like a strong way.
You know, I always find that if I'm kind of blanking, I start going down to basic geometric figures. So you could do like a small upside down triangle with a whole cross going through it as the center of a heart and then a human figure. So something kind of like...
We will start there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a cross going through the
Like
whole
that?
thing, and that's the center of the human figure.
Oh, I love that actually. Okay.
Geometrics are really helpful, I think, as a hairstylist, because I cut hair up here where it lives down here.
Okay.
So there's so much geometry in the way that you carve out shapes. I kind of bring that to my craft as well.
And there you have it. This is my salvaged video of sigil making with Marshall. I'm so happy I was able to save this video because I was really looking forward to sharing this with you. I think it's really cool to watch other people make sigils the way that they make sigils and see how one intention can turn into two totally different sigils and still work just the same. And it never hurts to be inspired by others and pick up a few ideas. As mentioned before, Marshall does do live sigil making on his Instagram, taking suggestions from his audience. Those are always fun to just pop in and hang out while he makes sigils, and as a tribute to Marshall, I used the same background music that he uses in his lives, and of course that will be linked down below. But that's all for this video, and as always, best of luck, be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.
Forever.